So this is a perfume that I was so incredibly excited for, and this is none other than Torino 24 by Xerjoff. So here's the thing. Torino 21 was the first one in this collection, very bright, fresh, citrusy, minty, and then it started to go in a floral direction. I know eucalyptus was found in Torino 22. Well, in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be talking to you about the brand new Torino 24. This one is mango, there's orange blossom, there's lotus, there's styrax, benzoin, musk, oak moss. But this is a really fresh, vibrant, and inviting, yet slightly fruity mango and orange blossom fragrance. There's also going to be a giveaway attached to this video because it is a Cephalabon contributor video. So of course, if you want to participate in the giveaway, it's actually quite simple. All you have to do is follow the first link down below to cephalabon.com. I do want to mention that this is a giveaway courtesy of Twisted Lily, so thank you so much for the generosity. It really means a lot. All you have to do is, after you've become a registered reader on the website, just drop a thoughtful comment on the article. It's a really simple process. Make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced. So if you end up winning this fragrance, you want to make sure to claim your spoils in a timely manner. This way you can be one of the lucky winners or the lucky winner, I should say, for Torino 24. So again, first link down below in the description box. Just make sure to become a registered reader and drop a thoughtful comment on the article. Torino 24. Now, this is a fragrance that I had been anticipating for a very long time. I knew it was par for the course with Xerjoff, right? Every year, they seem to, at least for the past 4 years, they seem to have been coming out with a brand new Torino fragrance. Now, Torino 21, as I said before, I love it. Mint, there's citrus, kind of smells like a mojito, and I love that vibe. Perfect for the summer. And I will be honest, I've been wearing a lot of Torino 21 this summer as well. But of course, Torino 22 was a bit sweeter. It had like a sugary facet to it. There was eucalyptus, if I'm remembering correctly. Torino 23, very starchy white floral fragrance. Couldn't necessarily recommend it for everybody, but if you like your floral perfumes, that's one that inevitably you're going to love. It is very bold and very demanding. Definitely makes its presence known. Torino 24 actually took things in a very different direction from its predecessors. Of course, this is a mango-based offering. Now, here's the thing. If you want the most realistic mango fragrance that Xerjoff has to offer, I would recommend Cruz del Sur 2. Beautiful. It's juicy. It's overripe. It is hyper sweet. It is bursting at the seams, as it were. Now, here we have a perfume that actually takes things in a not so sweet direction. It's actually quite luminous. It's very diffusive. The lotus, the orange blossom, and that orangey characteristic paired with the mango is such a beautiful combination. I mean, this is such a magnetic and alluring fragrance, but it's summer ready, you know? I would say with Torino 22, and I don't mean to make this a comparison video because it isn't that, but Torino 22 was one of those fragrances where I would confidently say, you know what? You want to wear this into the autumn. You want to wear this into the winter. It would suit you very, very well on account of the sweetness that was underlying in the fragrance. This one, sure, you get a little bit of that naturally occurring sugary sweetness coming from the mango, but you also have that bright, luminous, and diffusive quality, as I mentioned earlier, because of the orange blossom. Orange blossom is one of those fun ingredients. It can be sensual. It can be very uplifting. It can be refreshing to a certain degree, especially when it's paired with like neroli and bergamot and lemon and orange and all of those things. This fragrance is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect for the summertime. It is such a beautiful fragrance, and I truly think that the folks at Xerjoff did such a remarkable job with this fragrance. And I've been a huge fan of Xerjoff for a very long time. I want to say going back to like 2011, 2012, and I have so many: Kobe, Uden, Neo. I have Modoc and Oroville, and I actually have a lot of Xerjoff fragrances that have been quote unquote discontinued or sunsetted, right? But this is one of those fragrances where as a new release, I know from the bottom of my heart, as more people get to experience this fragrance, it is going to resonate with them so much. And it's just going to be one of those incredible fragrances that, for one reason or another, is going to become a viral sensation. And I think it has the potential to do so. You know, I'm wearing it and it's reminding me a little bit of Blue Talisman by Ex Nihilo. It's reminding me a little bit of Valaya by Parfum de Marly. Again, not suggesting or insinuating that it smells identical to any of those fragrances, because it certainly does not. But I would say it's for fans of those fragrances. So if you're a fan of, you know, Afnan Tarathi Electric, I think it's called. If you're a fan of some of those fragrances, those DNAs, if you kind of know what to expect from those, you're going to get something quite exquisite with this one. But of course, the mango is the star of the show. And I just really love what the brand is doing as of late, kind of diversifying their portfolio, but also releasing the fresh fragrances, releasing the sensual fragrances, releasing the very dark fragrances. And of course, there's a lot of sister brands, Casa Morati, Chemi Blending Magic. And, you know, Chemi has put out some really dark offerings, especially the ones that I've tried have been a bit animalic and spicy and leathery and all the things, right? But of course, with Xerjoff, you have so much variety within the catalog, and this is absolutely beautiful. I also have off to my shoulder here Neo Rio and some of the other newer offerings. So this brand has not been sleeping as of late. I mean, the amount of fragrances that they have been releasing is stunning and jaw-dropping, to say the least. I mean, they have been super hard at work, and it shows, right? So this is an exquisite fragrance for the summertime. And again, it's one of those fragrances where I would confidently say, even if you came up to me and you said, you know what, Stephen, I'm really not a fan of mango. I've tried a few mangoes on the market, whether it be mango skin or Alexander J has a mango-based offering. You know, if you say to me, you know, mango can be a little bit too juicy or too fruity or too sweet, my suggestion would be then don't try Cruz del Sur 2. But this is one of those mango fragrances that blend so perfectly and so seamlessly with a lot of the other notes and ingredients that are in here that I would say 100% you're going to fall in love with it. But again, you know, sample it if you can. Twisted Lily does have a sampling feature on their website, which I truly love, right? I think everybody ought to at least get a small sample of a fragrance so that you can try it on your skin prior to committing to the purchase of a full-size bottle. A lot of these fragrances are selling for, oh my goodness, a lot of money. And I understand it is not feasible for, you know, people to spend tons of money on a niche offering. And we know that a lot of niche brands go into the hundreds. Well, this is one where, even though I am 100% confident you're going to absolutely love it, I also have to mention that there is the sampling opportunity that I would fully suggest you take advantage of, because I think that is the best way to go about, you know, trying these fragrances and seeing how it resonates with your personal taste. It's so subjective, right? I really love this one. In the beginning, you have this juicy mango with this sparkling citrus thing. Now, while the citrus starts to recede to the background, the mango kind of lingers, but then you also have like this clean, velvety, musky thing happening in the dry down. I know there's oak moss, I know there's styrax, which can be a little resinous and balsamic. That is not the case in this fragrance. There is also this underlying sweetness. I don't know it's vanilla or tonka bean. I don't think either one is listed in the note pyramid, but I am getting something that is kind of creating a bridge between the sweetness of the mango in the opening to this like enduring sweetness in the dry down, and it's all coming together so beautifully. The presentation, I mean, this has to be mentioned too, right? So here we have a collaboration with Nito ATP Finals, and this is what Xerjoff has been doing for the past 4 years. We have this outer box that has the name of the fragrance on the side, and then you have the inner box, which has these sort of silk flaps that cover the perfume very beautifully. And I know this can be taken out, so the box itself can be repurposed. You can put whatever you want in there, jewelry or pens or whatever, right? So I really love that when you're buying this niche offering, it's an investment and you're getting something that is super high quality, gorgeous presentation, unique olfactive landscape, right? So, and at the end of the day, Xerjoff has the history. They have built a name and a reputation for themselves that is in many ways unparalleled. I think Xerjoff has, of course, unquestionably become synonymous with quality. And this is something that I've grown to really love and appreciate about the brand, which is the reason why I have purchased so many Xerjoffs throughout my fragrance career here on YouTube and other social media platforms. And it's one of those brands where I see their vision, I see what they're doing, and I truly admire what they're doing, which is why I will continue to support the brand in the years to come. And I just really love everything from, the perfumers, whose assistants they enlist the help of, to, Sergio Momo, who is the owner of the brand, and ultimately the creative director. I think everything that the brand has been putting out has been quite wonderful. And I wish I could, I will do a follow-up video on the other Xerjoff fragrances that I have acquired as well, but this is absolutely gorgeous. My recommendation to you would be, if you're a fan of Blue Talisman, if you're a fan of Alaya, if you're a fan of Afnan Tarathi Electric, which has gotten tons of hype as of late, if you love those DNAs, this is one that you have to run and not walk to try. It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I can't speak highly enough about it, and I really hope you have the opportunity to try it. Of course, there have been some Xerjoff fragrances throughout the years that have not resonated with me too strongly. There have been some really, animalic offerings from the brand. There have been some that are incredibly spicy to the point where I personally feel like I need to be in the mood to wear them. There are certain Xerjoff fragrances that I can wear on the daily. Louis XV and Neo are staples for me. As far as Casa Moratti is concerned, we have Mephisto Gentiluomo, and then is it Dolce Amalfi? I wore that like last week and I couldn't stop smelling myself. Torino 24 is exquisite. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I did inevitably make comparisons to a few other Xerjoff or a few other brands throughout the course of this Xerjoff review, but that's only to put you in the frame of mind to more or less know what to expect when you're trying this fragrance. And of course, as far as the longevity is concerned, this one gives me in the vein of 7 to 8 hours, which is incredible given the olfactive nature of it. Orange blossom usually is not as enduring as some other, raw materials and ingredients that I've encountered in fragrances. And this one gives me really good longevity for what it contains. Projection on this one quite loud for the first 2 hours of application. I would say it did radiate beyond an arm's length. As far as the versatility is concerned, look, here's my thing. I would prefer to wear this in the spring and summer. The orange blossom, the lotus, the florals, it's clean, it's elegant, it's not wispy or ethereal. It has the lasting power, which I really admire and appreciate. And then I would also go as far as to say that this one is really good for formal occasions, but you can enjoy this one casually too. As far as the presentation is concerned, always second to none. Xerjoff does not leave any stone unturned when it comes to their presentations. Some of them are a bit more simplistic, yet still looking very luxe and elegant, and some of them are still quite very elaborate, very ornate, just very high-end, very posh. And I personally love what the brand has been doing over this decade plus since I have known them. So my final verdict on Torino 24 by Xerjoff, now I've had this bottle in my collection for well over a month, maybe a couple months now. My final verdict on this fragrance is, it's an incredible fragrance for the summertime. It has the mango, it has the orange blossom, that clean musk in the dry down. It is elegant, it is perfectly unisex. I can see a woman really, really enjoying this fragrance. And again, if you're a fan of some of those other fragrances that I mentioned, if you like the sort of olfactive profile of those fragrances or the olfactive palette of those fragrances, the likelihood of you loving this one is going to be through the roof. So Torino 24 by Xerjoff, don't miss your opportunity to try and possibly own this new fragrance from the brand. I think they did a wonderful job with this fragrance. So listen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've been trying this fragrance now for quite a while, and I am telling you, I am thoroughly loving this fragrance. I really think they worked wonders with this DNA. And again, it just upholds that Xerjoff standard that people have come to love and appreciate from the brand, and I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to review it here on the platform in this Cephalabon contributor video. So once again, make sure to visit cephalabon.com. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. After you become a registered reader, just drop a comment on the article and you will be eligible to participate in the giveaway. Great stuff. Really, really great stuff. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give the video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot. The more you interact with this video, the more that YouTube says, hey, this is doing well, I'm gonna push it out to more people, and the more visibility we can give this beautiful perfume world. And I would just like to introduce people to really amazing fragrances that I have the pleasure of discovering seemingly on a daily basis at this point. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.